Life with 3 cats is funny, but it can be very tedious and exhausting at times. Both Minnie and Queso were about a month old when we first got them, and we got them separately. We first got Minnie, and my cousin brought her as a gift to me, and about a month later we got Queso from a family friend's cat who had kittens. Teddy is a different story. We actually got him just last year around October, and we had seen him just a few days before walking around the neighborhood. We don't know if he was a new cat, if it was somebody's cat, but one time we gave him food, and then a couple hours later one of our neighbors brought him to our door because he looked exactly like Minnie, and she thought it was actually our cat. And so we ended up taking him in for the night because we didn't know who he belonged to. And the next day we took him to the vet to see if he was chipped, but he wasn't chipped. And I asked for a few hours walking around the neighborhood seeing if he belonged to anybody, but he didn't. So we ended up keeping him, and now he's a part of our family too. At first, neither Minnie or Queso actually got along with Teddy. They both didn't like him. They were very territorial and they would hiss at him. Teddy wouldn't fight back. He would just lower his ears and kind of hide in the corner because everything was new to him. But as the days and weeks went on, they started to see that he was now becoming a part of the family. So they slowly warmed up to him. It took them a while, but they warmed up to him about 2 to 3 weeks in, and now they completely get along. They play all the time. They'll meow and ask for food together. He's completely become a part of our cat family.
Limpiamos pancita, patitas, manitas, la colita. Traes mucha tierra, pareces tanquecito. Pues no, mi niña, no te enojes. Un besito.
I think what's special about the bond that my mom and Minnie have is that from the beginning they clicked, and Minnie seemed to listen to her and understand her when she was talking to her. Minnie's very expressive. She will meow every time you talk to her. She will meow when she wants to come in. She'll meow when she wants food. So she's always pretty much talking, and my mom talks to her as well as if she understands. So they'll be having full-on conversations about food, about Minnie wanting to go outside and play. But the interesting part is that Minnie only listens to my mom. Whenever she's being mischievous or rebellious or doing something that she isn't supposed to, like getting on top of the table or knocking something off the table, she won't listen to anybody else but my mom. My mom will walk into the room, and before she even says anything, the cat will know. Minnie will know that she isn't supposed to be doing whatever she's doing, so she'll immediately get off the table or get off the chair or stop chewing whatever she's chewing. And my mom loves this because it's kind of like having another kid. She talks to Minnie and reprimands her just as she would to us when we were younger. And I think that's what a lot of people relate to, that they have parents or grandparents or them themselves speak to their cats like that, and they know that the cats understand to a certain level. You know, cats are very smart, and many cats are as expressive as Minnie, so I think that's how a lot of people relate.
Feliz Día de las Madres a todas las mamis. Minnie le dice Feliz Día de las Madres, dile. Así, dile. Hola. Ay, hola.
My mom is Minnie's person, and Queso's person is my dad. He follows my dad around. He sleeps with him on the couch or on the bed. Queso isn't as expressive, but he will also meow at times, and he'll meow a lot to my dad when they're both lying on the bed, so that way my dad can pet him. He loves being petted by my dad. Teddy doesn't really have a person just yet, but just like Minnie, he listens to my mom only. Sometimes all three cats get the zoomies at the same time, so they'll be running around from wall, to couch, to table, knocking things off or fighting with each other. They'll have a whole wrestling match in the living room. They'll make a whole mess that it looks like kids live here. And it can get exhausting, but that's the life with cats. They're so cute and each has their own personality, and sometimes I wish we had cameras all over the house because they'll do something that I wish I had caught on camera because it's so funny, or my family won't believe me that one of the cats did something. For example, Teddy is a lot younger than both Minnie and Queso. We estimate to be about a year old, so he is just learning about the world and he loves exploring all around the house, so he'll be biting and scratching everything. He's also a very hungry cat. We think that it may have been because he was a stray cat and he had to hunt for his own food. So he kind of tries to do the same here, even though he has his bowl of food, bowl of water, and we give him treats and canned food. He still goes around the kitchen trying to just take a bite out of everything. So when we first got him, we had to make sure that everything was put away because we just know that he will probably take a bite out of it. And going back to how it is living with the three of them, sometimes our house gets really quiet, and either that's a good thing or that's a bad thing. It could be a bad thing because that means that they're plotting something. They'll be doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, so we always have to be watching them and see what they're up to. And it could also be a good thing because it means it's nap time. They all tend to have their own designated sleeping areas for a little while, and then they'll switch it up again. And very rarely they are found in the same bed, but there are times when they will sleep together and at the same time. One of our favorite things about having cats is seeing how different they are from each other and how each of them have their own personality. Queso is very quiet, very introverted. He likes his own space. He is very playful, but he does like to nap, and he also loves treats. And one interesting thing with Queso is that he will only listen to me when I'm calling him to come indoors after playing outside all day. Sometimes when I'm out of town or away from home during the time that we're trying to bring Queso in, my parents will call me and put me on speaker and ask me to yell his name and ask him to come in, and he will come in. The other person that he listens to is my dad, since he's usually hanging out more with him, but for some reason he will listen to me more when it comes to coming in from playing outside. And Minnie's very friendly, very expressive, very smart, and you can tell in her face whenever you're talking to her or telling her something or reprimanding her that she understands, and then she'll reply to you, so she's very intuitive. As I mentioned, Teddy is a kitten still, so he is very curious about everything. He's very playful, he's very strong, and he's a really big cat. We actually thought he was a lot older because of his size, but he's about 1 to 2 years old, and he's a very hungry cat and very strong. We really love each of our cats, and they have truly just become a part of our family and a part of our routine. So much that they will participate in holidays at times with us. We'll dress them up for Halloween, or my mom will dress them up as bunnies for Easter.
Ay, Dios, uno que yo, otro igualito que yo. Oh, qué hermosa se ve, con sus orejitas como el conejo.
We have a family tradition where whenever somebody's birthday, we'll wake them up in the morning. We'll sing happy birthday, and the cats also partake in that tradition of ours.
Despierta, Yuliza, despierta. Mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajarillos cantan, la luna ya se metió. Dile, feliz cumpleaños, Yuliza. ¡Feliz cumpleaños!